Hey y'all, it's the Twinsies, and we're back with another episode of Twin Talk.
So y'all, before we get started, at this point, you guys already know, I'm about to pour us a little drinky drink so that we can really get into some things. Cheers. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. So y'all, when it comes to relationships, it's okay to have your own lives, respectfully. But when it comes to your lives outside of the relationship, where should you draw the line? For tonight's topic, we'll be discussing how we feel about having friends of the opposite sex while in a relationship.
So Taylor, we're gonna start with you. How do you feel about having your significant other have friends of the opposite sex?
No, but for real, I feel like I'm okay with my significant other having friends of the opposite sex, but the main thing that needs to be involved with that is boundaries. Like, he has to set boundaries with his friends so that they know that, like, I'm the priority and they just need to respect that. Because what kind of woman isn't respecting a man in a relationship? That doesn't sound like
a trifling one.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it's your friend. It sounds like this person either wants to be more of your friend than your friend or whatever, or wants to control your life. So boundaries have to be set. If no boundaries are set, then it's not going to work.
What do I look like having like a guy bestie being all up on me while I have a boyfriend? What do I need a boyfriend for if my guy bestie is basically just like a boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? So the best thing for me to do if I want to keep that man in my life and my man in my life is to just create boundaries, make sure that my best friend isn't overstepping and making my significant other feel uncomfortable. Because it's my responsibility to make my significant other feel comfortable. And if I'm bringing him into my world, into my life, and I'm bringing him around uncomfortable stuff, that's like abusive. That's like weird. Like, do you get a kink out of that? Do people who do that get a kink out of that? Because what the heck, bro? But yeah, just boundaries need to be put in place.
So since we're on the topic of best friends, like I said, I feel like your significant other does not need a best friend of the opposite sex. I'm sorry, that is so inappropriate to me because the way these people like to overstep, because they don't want you to not be in their life anymore. So it seems like you're competing. Like, okay, well, if she's doing this, I can do this. Or I'm not coming into a guy's life to fill spots. I'm coming to your life because you're ready for me to be in your life, and I'm not going to be there like I'm here for an interview to what other spot can Taylor fill. No, I'm coming to a relationship expecting to be respected. And if you have any other people around you, they need to know their place in your life if they want to stay in your life.
Hey, we're coming into a relationship expecting to be ready for one. So I have a question. How do you feel about when women like us say stuff like this and people respond with, oh, you're insecure? How do you feel about that?
So the thing is, we can keep throwing that in your face if you want to keep allowing disrespect. But the reality of it, it's the principle, and it's the principle, okay? Why I'm really not trying not to cuss like I always say, but why in your right mind would you want to be all up in a man's face who has a girlfriend? I get it. If you were a bestie before I came around, you still want to be a bestie now. There's just some things you just got to understand. It's just flat out the principle. Like, I would not want to be up in my guy's friend. Like, if I had a good guy friend, I'm not going to be all up in his face if he has a girlfriend. That's just what I stand on, principle. Because no woman is making me insecure.
I want my future man to know that if I do have a guy bestie close to me, like for real, and it's not a relationship with me and Taylor, that man is, I'm plotting on him. Trust and believe. So that's the reason why I can say that. And that's the thing, I would never do that. But if I was doing that, the way I personally get close to people by myself is only because I like them. So, I mean, maybe I need to work on my healthy best friend relationships.
There are platonic friendships that are healthy, and the ones I'm talking about are unhealthy and inappropriate. Yeah. So it's just straight like that. I don't care what other people think. I know what I look at is inappropriate, because the moment I feel like a woman feels entitlement over my man, that's inappropriate.
Absolutely. The best thing to do is honestly avoid the best friend thing altogether. But if we're just talking about significant others having opposite sex, just friends, just like not even best friends, but friends, I think the best thing to do is just keep it respectful. Obviously, if it's respectful, it should be fine. You will be able to tell if someone's just being insecure and tripping about nothing, you know what I'm saying? But once it starts getting disrespectful, and I have to speak up about it, at that point, it's kind of like, what in the world is going on behind the scenes that I'm not aware of? Because as soon as you start being disrespectful and I got to speak up about it, the next thing after that is me coming to that person. And you never know what that could turn in. The best thing to do is make sure, again, protect your partner and never let it get that deep. Do not ever have no opposite sex around your partner and they don't know how to be respectful. That's it.
Keep it respectful, meaning you shouldn't be linking up with those friends at 11 p.m., 12 o'clock. 12 in the morning, venting to them when you could be venting to your girl, when you already vented to your girl.
And at that point, again, what is
that
is having a significant other if you're going to do that? Like, it's laughable.
You can be single. Be single, have all the girlfriends. And if you're a woman, have all the guy friends you want. Just be single.
I don't understand why women just seem so much more respectful in relationships than men. I don't know. And they have like an ego trip or something. I don't get it.
They like feeling like they're in control.
They got a bunch of pretty girls around.
The relationship.
You might as well be a pit.
Go ahead.
You might as well be a pit. Be like the girls around.
So I feel like at the end of the day, you should be prioritizing your significant other. Mm-hmm. If you're choosing to have one, prioritize them. So if you see that things are getting a little too far, like it's starting to get frustrating to your significant other, then set those boundaries. Make sure there's healthy ways to set boundaries, but in my opinion, if you gotta set boundaries on something that's so obvious, like everybody knows when you get into a relationship, you just have to have those respectful relationships. But I guess not everybody was raised like that, so I get it. But
some people are trifling, like
just
I said.
You have to learn to prioritize your significant other, because I would hate to make my significant other feel like I'm prioritizing another man. I have a man coming to my house, eating a dinner at my table with my daughter.
Sitting at my table eating my food in my house, touching my daughter.
But I wouldn't have a man doing that to me in my relationship, because I just feel like I wouldn't want my man feeling like uncomfortable, because I know that can make you uncomfortable. I know it will make you uncomfortable. I have respectful male relationships, but when I get into relationships, unfortunately, I just really stop talking to my male friends altogether. Which, women, don't do that.
It's not healthy.
Don't do it.
It's not healthy. I just know when it comes to being in a relationship, one of the biggest fears that I know I've had, and I'm sure other people have, is when a man is treating you differently in public than they are in private. And one of the biggest ways of seeing that is how they are around their opposite sex friends, even their friends in general. But since we're on that topic, how they are around them. And if you feel like they're not really including you in conversations, they're not really making you feel welcome, they're creating a clear separation there, it makes you feel really, really low, because it's kind of like, and it's low-key manipulating, because it's like, how would you make me feel like I'm your girlfriend, but you bring me around here and you're treating me like crap, or you're treating me like I'm not a priority? It's very frustrating. And like I said, manipulating, because of course we have love for people that we choose to be our significant others. We have love for them, and we can't just cut that love off. Well, at the time, now I might just have to shut everything down. I see the wrong sign, shut down. You got a girl best friend, she open your face. I don't hold my tongue. I will say that. I would not hold my tongue. But yeah, that's one of our biggest fears, and it's best to just conquer that immediately as soon as you see it's a problem.
I just feel like, I want to feel like I'm prioritized in my relationship. I don't want to feel like I'm filling up spots, like it's, like I said, a job interview. Like, I just want to feel like I'm there and this is my relationship and this is my person.
Right.
We have our bonds, we have our insiders, and I don't feel like I'm competing with other people who are your friends.
Right, and that should go without saying, by the way. I feel like it's honestly insane, anybody being controlling of your relationship.
To be
I think
honest,
that's actually weird.
I would just feel awkward
as hell.
Some people are raised differently, so it is what it is. But this is just this. I'm on principle, respect, things that I wouldn't do to my significant. I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want done to me. So it's just like that.
I feel like I know how I consider my partner. I consider their feelings, their boundaries, every single thing that we just went over. I consider that 100%. If we're together, we're together. I don't just give that title to anybody. We don't just move like that willy-nilly. We don't do that. So when you do decide to be in a relationship, it's best, I'll speak for me, I'm gonna keep it real respectful, real considerate. I'm gonna make sure that any little thing you feel uncomfortable with, we could change now. If you do notice that your partner is trying to be controlling and isn't really trying to get to know you and completely over-exaggerating your relationship with your friends, then okay, you could call that out. But when you're dealing with a partner who's literally doing things that's unusual and you kind of mention it to your sibling or your friends or something like, hey, how would you feel if someone did this to you? And their response is, I would never. That person is probably overstepping their power in the relationship. That's what I'm gonna say. But if I do have a guy who has girlfriends and they're respectful and they bring joy to me, I won't even dig deep to nothing at all. If I find that that person is not even looking me in the eyes, not having any conversations with me, not seeming like they can be genuine with me, there's something off. Because I know if I'm doing that with my partner, with my guy friend, something is off. Okay? I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, like you said, I consider every aspect when it comes to my significant other. So like if I feel like me having this certain male friend is uncomfortable or whatever the case may be, like I'm gonna make sure like I don't, even though I definitely don't be having people all up around me because I'm already like that overall, but I definitely consider that kind of stuff. But if you do happen to do those kind of things to me, why do you feel like why do you have such high expectations over, like what you don't want happening to you? But like when it comes to me,
your standards should be low. Your standards should be in hell. If you make your girlfriend feel uncomfortable.
When it comes to me, you choose to do everything above that I feel like is uncomfortable, mainly anybody who can intervene in the relationship that we have together, then that is where I have to draw the line. Like, then don't be complaining about anything else happening in my life if you're doing the same thing to me. I'm not one of those people that's going to sit back and have you do things in front of my face and then I'm going to be like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna be this Miss Perfect. No, we can be on the same type of time. The only thing I just don't condone, of course, is like if there's cheating going on, because it's not other women expect there to be cheating when it comes to their significant other having friends of the opposite sex. That is just not it.
That's already bad.
It's the overstepping overall, just someone making you feel uncomfortable and they're always around will always cause issues, period. And I would never do that to my significant other. Yeah. Even if I wanted to be petty, I couldn't even do that. Because that would jeopardize my relationship that I care for. So you should feel the same way about our relationship. So
exactly. All you need is love. You gotta love somebody enough not to play with them.
So yeah, y'all, just to end this discussion, I just like to say, just have respect for your significant other. Don't be controlling and make it where you don't want them to have. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But like for me, I'm not about to control you. Do what you feel like is the best for you. And if you feel like it's okay to have a women around your girlfriend and making her feel uncomfortable, then you don't care about the relationship. Like if you don't care about the relationship like that, then it is what it is. It's not meant for me. I feel like people just gotta have respect for your significant other. If you feel like something is just not respectful and it has to be a conversation, then maybe don't do that.
And then your response to that shouldn't be gaslighting them next. Just acknowledge your wrongs and apologize and fix it. And if you can't fix it, say, I'm sorry, I can't fix it. If this is not gonna work for you, let's end the relationship. I'm like, you're lame. But okay, let's end it. But that's pretty much it.
Quitter.
All right, you guys, that is it for this episode of Twin Talk. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, and share, and keep supporting us.